A lovely view from the sky of the Olympic Tennis Centre. Welcome along to the second match in Pool B of this five-a-side football competition here in Rio. The number 2 team in the world, I hear, that's Argentina, up against the debutants and outsiders from Mexico. Argentina, the only nation apart from Brazil to have won a world championship, but they have never won the gold medal at the Paralympic Games. They've won silver, they've won bronze, they were 4th in London 4 years ago. And 3 of their current squad of 10 have been part of all 3 of those campaigns. Dario Lencina, the goalkeeper there, wearing number 1 at the front of the line. Lucas Rodriguez and the captain Silvio Velo. For them, the gold medal is the only thing missing from their sporting CVs. And how dearly they would love to win it here in Brazil. Still very humid, even as we approach 8 o'clock in the evening Brazilian time. Big support for the Argentinian team. Naturally enough, the 2002 World Championships took place here in Rio, and Argentina were the winners on that occasion. Silvio Velo, the captain, who is 45, was captain then. China won earlier on against Spain by 1-0. The anthems first, Argentina before Mexico. Really good atmosphere inside the Olympic Tennis Center for these two Latin American teams. Dario Lencina, 36-year-old goalkeeper at his 4th Paralympic Games. And all of this starting 5, apart from Maximilio Espinillo, the number 15, have played in the Paralympics before. Padilla and Espinillo are actually brothers-in-law, so one would hope they have a good understanding on the field. If not, there'll be trouble at home. Silvio Velo is being introduced to the crowd. There he is, the captain will start on the bench. He's 45. He's been the captain of Argentina since 1991. Longer than some of his teammates have been alive. Martin de Monte, there he is, the coach, 41. He's been in charge for 7 years now. They've constantly found Brazil in the way of winning a major world title. Huge moment this for the Mexican team. And the starting 5, by the way, all play for the same club, Bujos, in San Luis Potosí in central Mexico. That must count for something. First Mexican team ever to take part in the Paralympic five-a-side football. So they will be a proud set of 5 players. Qualified after finishing 3rd in the Pan American Games in Toronto last year. That was good enough because Brazil and Argentina had qualified via the World Championship the year before. And they qualified in dramatic fashion in a very extended penalty shootout against Colombia for 3rd place. Jesus de Anda Garcia is the man who's led them to these games. Nice for the referees to acknowledge the crowd. Mr. Guimaraes in charge. And the customary handshakes. Argentina then the big favourites, but we saw earlier on the opening day of competition in this five-a-side football, the Moroccan team making their debut, thought of as big outsiders against Brazil, but taking the lead and holding it for some time before the world champions and the Paralympic champions came through to win by 3-1. And the competition in Central and South America for spots at these Paralympic Games is tough. Mexico have beaten some good sides to take their place amongst the 8 teams in Rio. Even if they are officially ranked 17 in the world, there's no chance Argentina will take them lightly. Plenty of seats being taken. Capacity is just over 4,000 inside the modified Court 1. And the entertainment has been good on the opening day of five-a-side competition. Hope we see Silvio Velo on the field at some stage. 45-year-old. He said it's probably going to be his final appearance at the Paralympic Games. He's 4 years older than the coach. only medal they're after this time is gold. They've taken silver before, they've taken bronze before. They would so dearly love to dethrone Brazil in Brazil. And the best two teams in the world, of course, have that great geographical rivalry as well. To get to that position, they have to get through the group first of all. First things first, and Mexico stand in the way. How busy will Amozurrutia be in the Mexican goal? It must help to have the relationship built by playing at the same club. So silence in the crowd for the start of the second match in Pool B of this Paralympic five-a-side football competition. Mexico and Argentina, two sides to contest it. Argentina twice medalists in previous Paralympic competition. Mexico making their debut after qualifying via the Pan American Games. And Mexico in the green instantly have a corner. Rubicel de la Cruz, the number 9, youngest player in their starting five at 22. Marco Ramirez Guerrero battling forcefully. Jan was trying to let that go, and that will be a corner. Deldo played it against the heel of the Mexican skipper. Accardi with Espinillo. And Deldo is there too for Argentina. So 3 with the corner. It is Espinillo. And he got the shot away and he scored! What a strike from Espinillo on the angle after just over 90 seconds. That is a stunning goal. It whistled past the sighted goalkeeper. Amozurrutia had no chance. Extraordinary finish. Well, that was just a rocket from Espinillo. What a start to these games for Argentina. He could not have wished for better. Now here the defenders, as they go to make a tackle, saying the word "voy" over and over again, just to alert the attacker to the fact that they are there. The attacker has the ball at his feet, presumably. The ball's making a noise, that gives the defender a clue. So the defender has to give an idea of his whereabouts by making that word clear. Won by Millán, but then Rangel got back in there for Argentina. What a nerve settler that will be. Padilla on the run. And Espinillo. Well, Mexico have had a warning about what he can do, but tough ball to bring under control. The referee's just called timeout there to ask for silence. There's a warning for the Argentinian guide behind the goal as well, German Marquez. Angel Deldo. Espinillo is hovering in the centre. They're going to try and find him with those passes. Tigerish challenges coming in from Marco Ramirez Guerrero. And too much for the referee in the end. Mikhail Pieku for Belgium, the second referee. It's the use of the arms that I think annoyed the referee in the end. What might they plan from this free kick?
Cuando arranca, dos laterales a tu izquierda, hacia adelante, Maxi, habla con Ángel, ahí cortás y pegás. Dale, los cuatro están en el pasillo, 6 metros, primer palo.
Clear instructions from the guide to let the players taking the free kick know exactly where they are on the field in relation to the goal, to both posts. They're trying to create space for Espinillo. They know he's got the firepower, we've seen it already. Couldn't hit the target that time. Referee just making clear that the ball has to leave the penalty area from Mozartier. Here's De La Cruz. Chance to show what fancy footwork he has. Ramirez Guerrero stopped from getting there by Accardi. Again, the arms are up from Ramirez Guerrero. Espinillo might get to this if they're not careful. It's going to be a goal kick. De La Cruz. Padilla, the defender. Padilla won it, but too far out really to think about troubling the goalkeeper. What a start from Argentina though. Best goal of the competition to date, scored by Maximiliano Espinillo. Mexico would have hoped to keep it level for somewhat longer than they managed. He's having trouble keeping quiet from around the periphery. The ball down the line towards Espinillo. Just trying to locate the sound of the ball, judge its trajectory and judge its line against the boards there. Hearing is just the absolutely vital sense here for these players. Trying to work out what the location is of the ball, of their teammates, of their opponents. Padilla. He's got the ball, he's on the run. Heard the call of volley from the defender in front of him. Stops and goes again. Ramirez trying to clear. Espinillo has got it and he couldn't quite keep it in. That will be a goal kick. Some lovely skill by Padilla. Ramirez Guerrero is a physical, hands-on tackler, shall we say. I wonder how much patience with him the referees are going to have. There he is in pursuit of the loose ball. Akari is in there, leaning forward to try and get a better handle on the sound of the ball. There we are, Ramirez Guerrero with another foul. Team fouls do cost you. That's 2 against Mexico already. The third one's okay. Once they get to 4, then Argentina will get a shot from the 8-meter penalty mark for that foul and every subsequent one. So it's difficult to score from that range with the power of Espinillo. We've already seen that. I would suggest Mexico need to be a little careful. Need to be careful here. And that challenge brought Deldo tumbling, but wasn't classed as a foul by referee Guimaraes. And he did just get boot to ball before there was contact. Padilla with the ball. Espinillo trying to locate it. Rangel really battling, and a grab of the shirt from both players there. Well, the referee's given it Mexico's way. I think Argentina feel it would have been a foul to them, but in truth that could have gone either way. Goal from Espinillo for Argentina in the 2nd minute. Absolutely spectacular finish from a tight angle across the goalkeeper into the top corner. Goal of the tournament so far.
Substitution for Mexico. Player number 5 out. Player number 10 in.
So Ramirez Guerrero is going to make way. I wonder to what extent that's got to do with the fouls he's committed. Gustavo Arana on for his first taste of Paralympic football. He's not from the Bujos club in San Luis Potosí. Plays his football in Guadalajara. Ten minutes in then, and Argentina with the advantage, but Mexico with the ball, although not for long. Not quite managed to find Espinillo with the long passes forward yet. Now Espinillo has found it for himself, and he's off. Arana located him swiftly enough, but that will be a corner to Argentina. Their 2nd of the game, and we recall what happened from the first. From exactly this part of the field, a little wedge of 3 players moved forward. Split in time for Espinillo to find the shot between them. What's the plan this time? Akari is dictating it to the younger man, Espinillo, the goal scorer. And here they go. Has he got room for the shot? He's gone for exactly the same thing again. And this time couldn't get it quite as high, or quite as well placed. The counter-attack was swift. De La Cruz couldn't find it. There's lots of noise around again. De La Cruz being held by Padilla. Padilla was on the right line to the ball. And Icardi will pick it up, looking for Espinillo. Espinillo didn't quite get there. Okay, once again with that right boot. There's no great backlift, is there? De La Cruz with a swift turn, and another, and it's a goal kick. It just got to him. Icardi just leant on him enough to disturb the Mexican number 9, make it difficult for him. Just sense from the applause that Mexico got, and it won't come as any great surprise, but those in the crowd of a Brazilian persuasion are fully behind the Mexico team. A good passionate atmosphere inside the Olympic Tennis Centre. Pretty passionate on the field of play as well, mind you. Well, that's gone to Mexico. I think Padilla was judged to be holding on with both hands.
Substitution for Argentina. Player out number 15, player in number 5.
So there goes Espinillo, and on will come the Argentinian captain. The hand is for Espinillo for his brilliant goal in the second minute. And on comes the captain, who is more than twice his age at 45. For his 4th Paralympic Games, a quarter of a century as the Argentina captain. Silvio Velo. Mexico's free kick though. And it will be Rubicel de la Cruz who comes away with it. The referee has just called a timeout because the boot has come off. Federico Icardi. And it's a safety hazard really when there's a stray boot lying around on the field of play, so nothing really to be done but stop the play. And the drop ball is called for, but Argentina, I would think, will just return this straight back to the Mexicans. And that's highly sporting of De La Cruz. I thought he had possession when the referees called the timeout. There we go. Padilla was looking for Deldo. Here comes De La Cruz. Padilla in the way. Forceful defender. De La Cruz with a smart turn. Referee had to get out of the way very sharply there. Took everybody by surprise. Just couldn't quite work it back in field. Little Cruyff turn from Rubicel de la Cruz. Is that going to come through to Icardi? He's got Velo with him. Velo on the ball for the first time. The Argentina captain. And he was tripped. He was tripped. He had complete control of the ball. Was it Rangel who just tapped the ankles? And that is the 3rd foul that Mexico have committed in this first half. I think it was Arana really coming in from the side. The 3rd team foul has been announced to the crowd. This is a slightly better position than the 8-meter mark anyway. Slightly closer. Espinillo would have fancied this one, but he's not on the pitch. Chances are it will be Velo. Once the referee calls guide, then he has time to communicate. Nobody else can say a word. The instructions have to be allowed to be relayed clearly to the player about to strike it. He's only 7 meters from goal, Velo. Velo! Beautifully done. The Argentina captain with a marvellous goal to make it 2-0. At his 4th Paralympic Games in the age of 45, and still capable of such a fine finish. 2-0 to Argentina. And the goalkeeper, Amuzurrutia, stuck behind the wall, hadn't spotted that Velo had shifted the ball swiftly to his left. Well, scoring a goal at the Paralympic Games just must get sweeter and sweeter as the years pass by. He's still got it at the age of 45. Tough job now for Jesus de Anda Garcia in the Mexican squad. 2-0 down against the world's number 2 team, with 3 accumulated team fouls already as well. Still to half time. Foul given against Padilla. That takes Argentina to 3 team fouls for the half as well. So every foul from now on is going to be penalised with a kick from the 8-meter mark. Tight diamond of Argentina defenders. With Velo at the point of it, and Velo has won the ball for Argentina. Velo on the run. And he's tough to dispossess, and that was a super tackle from Rangel. My goodness, clean as a whistle, and he's away. And still going, Francisco Rangel. They did regroup effectively, Argentina, and this is Icardi. And Icardi with only 1 to beat now. Just touched it with the right foot, and that took it away from the left. Mexican timeout that's been called. Well, the guide with the histrionics behind the goal was particularly disappointed. I guess they kick every ball, but 2-0 already to Argentina. The 6 shots on goal. Accuracy's good at 50% as well. And a really excellent start. It's early to think about it, but with China having won by a single goal earlier on, Argentina would go to the top of the group. Tough start for Mexico, tough start for that man, the goalkeeper. One whistling past him into the top corner after 90 seconds. Satisfied camp. There's the free kick again. Padilla was just trying to give the impression that things were moving in a different direction, but well, maybe it did help. Wrong foot, Amozurrutia in the goal, because he certainly left the near side completely empty, and Velo exploited it beautifully.
Substitution for Argentina. Out. In 10.
David Peralta will replace Federico Accardi. Peralta returning to the games. He played in London as well. That's 7 of the 10 players in the Argentina squad have got Paralympic experience, and as we mentioned, 3 have played in every single Paralympic five-a-side competition. Sport was added to the programme in 2004. Brazil have won all 3 gold medals. Argentina silver in 2004, bronze in Beijing, and then missed out on a medal to Spain in the bronze medal match in London. But they've been playing for a medal at the end of every five-a-side tournament, and that would be their expectation again. Are they good enough to challenge for the gold? That's the question. Well, they've been ruthless in front of goal so far, and that's a good start. Deldo. Tackle came in from behind from Arana. And he's got the ball. Deldo sticking with him. And Velo adding his weight to the challenge. De La Cruz, we've seen he's got some sharp skill. Found Arana well. That's not going to roll out of play. However much Deldo wished it would. Mexico corner is the result. Had some possession and 3 shots. This is their second corner. Arana. Look, space for the shot. Well, comfortable for Dario Lencina. An encouragement for Mexico. Peralta, who's just come on. That had gone beyond the goal line. Deldo seeing off Arana, and then Velo. Peralta now. Padilla is just behind him. He'll have to step across now. Spinning away from De La Cruz. Padilla does enjoy a run from the halfway line, and he'll be enjoying this. Yan came in with a tackle for Mexico. Peralta. Arana, you could just see Arana sense that there was the stop and change of direction from Peralta, and he made the tackle at the right time. It's going to be tough to keep in that one. And goal kick is the call. Coming up to the last 5 minutes then of the first half. 25 minutes each way. These five-a-side games. It's been pretty much perfect for Argentina so far. Velo in pursuit. Looking to try and spin his man. Back to Peralta. Now, there's a bit of space through the left-hand side, and well, he tested Amos Urrutia. Had to be sharp and move to his right, the goalkeeper. De la Cruz at the other end. Oh, that was swift. And then Padilla grabbed at him and was lucky not to give away a foul. Still De la Cruz, he's got terrific skill. It's the sharp turns of direction. You've got to be unpredictable about them, I suppose. The defenders get used to the tempo of what you're doing. They'll be able to read it and make a challenge. Velo just happy enough to hack it away to safety there. Mexican goal kick will result. Jorge Lanzagorta will replace Rubicel de la Cruz, who's getting a good hand from the crowd, the 22-year-old. They've enjoyed his close control and some of his turns. Tough to lead the forward line up against a very organised Argentina defence. And he's played very creditably, the young man. Lanzagorta is on. Delgo missed it initially. Has found it now. Towards Velo. And he just lost the line of the ball, but he might get a second chance. Rangel away. Peralta. Coach in that middle third, the head coach on the sideline, will be the one offering instruction and help. Now Velo's in the final third. The guide behind the goal is calling to him. Referee saying two defenders and the sandwiching effect there. Here's the foul by Argentina, and that means an 8-meter penalty for Mexico. This is Peralta's effort. He did well to wrap his left foot around that. Well, it must be a direct free kick for it to go to the 8-meter mark. So that's the call from the referees. Hit Velo on the arm inadvertently in the eyes of the referee. Rangel, we're into the last 2 minutes of the half, so the clock will stop for the quarter.
Timeout, Argentina.
Nicolas Velis preparing to come on. 25-year-old forward player.
Press out, number 5, press in, number 11.
Yes, and that's Silvio Velo, who has already made his mark on these Paralympic Games. The Argentina captain. Highly satisfactory spell on the field for Velo. Two forward players have scored already. I wonder if Velis might make it a third. It's fun for all ages. The Olympic Tennis Centre. when your phone's almost as big as you are, you should probably wait a few years to be able to use it. But he looked like he knew what he was doing. So 1 minute 43 left in the opening half, and the Argentina corner. We've seen how deadly they can be from this position. How will they work this one? Deldo, Peralta, Veliz, who's just come on. There is Veliz, and he's worked the space. Nearly got the shot away. They've evidently worked hard on the corners. They're having great success. Mexico aren't getting out and closing them down, aren't getting to the ball carrier efficiently. That's part of the problem. If you go back right to the start of the game, it was such an extraordinary finish from Espinillo. Difficult to think what they could have done to stop it, really. This is Veliz, enjoying a run. Well blocked by Rangel. Deldo trying to muscle his way through. Another corner. Mozurutia can come out of his goalkeeper's area just to position the defenders, but has to retreat into that 5 metre by 2 metre box. He can't come out of it. Now what's the referee seen here? He's given a foul against Lanzagorta for blocking, I think. Oh, it's gone the other way. It's the blocking against the Argentina team, who came out from the corner in illegal fashion. Good tackle by Deldo. Veliz to his right, Deldo going on, and going on dangerously. The tackle was clean by Rangel. Ten seconds to do something for Mexico. They have to try and fashion a shooting chance swiftly. They are running out of time. They will not have any time. It's been the perfect start to the competition for Argentina, and that began as quickly as the second minute with a thumping goal from Maximiliano Espinillo, and it was followed up by a second from a well-taken free kick by their veteran captain Silvio Velo. The number 2 ranked side in the world have looked in impressive form, and they lead at half-time against Mexico by 2-0. Yeah, they've been efficient, and they've been slick, and the finishing was mighty, mighty impressive from Argentina. Shortly we'll get a look back at some of the highlights of the first half, and it will be well worth revisiting the finish from Maximiliano Espinillo. If you have just joined the coverage, it's a thumping finish from the 22-year-old. You keep reminding yourself that he can't see the ball when he does it, and that's worth doing too. Silvio Velo's been around an awful long time, and he's added a second goal here. And plenty of support for both teams. It's a good, lively atmosphere around the Olympic Tennis Center. And nice, balmy evening conditions in Rio. Beautiful place to be. Mexico knew that they'd have their work cut out in this group against the sides ranked 2, 3 and 4 in the world. Argentina, Spain and China. Draw hasn't been especially kind to them on Paralympic debut. You can't really legislate for somebody crushing one in the top corner in the second minute from a tight enough angle. It really was an extraordinary finish. Here we go, that was it. He jumped for joy, Espinillo, and he saw off the challenge from Ramirez Guerrero, and then without a second thought, just extraordinary goal. He set about trying to get a second, Espinillo. Didn't hit the target that time. Padilla's a forceful player in midfield for Argentina. Espinillo had another crack. De La Cruz was probably Mexico's best player, certainly in an attacking sense. Here's the second goal, and Padilla's move to the right must have just confused the goalkeeper, because all of a sudden there was a very big gap at the near post, and Velo needed no second invitation. No doubting Argentina have been the better team and fully deserved their half-time lead. How can Mexico respond in the second half? We'll find out soon enough. It's Argentina 2, Mexico 0 at half-time.
Acompanhe-nos nessa transmissão do futebol de 5 dos Jogos Paralímpicos, participando também através das redes sociais, hashtag #FiveRádio 2016 e também no Twitter, @FiveRádio
So the players coming back out for the start of the second half. After a really enjoyable first 25 minutes. Particularly, I suppose, for supporters of Argentina. Mexico competing well in their Paralympic debut. Managed 4 shots on goal, 2 of which were on target. And had a healthy share of possession as well, but the best chances were created by Argentina. And delighted their fans with 2 really well taken goals from 2 forwards, Espinillo and Velo. The number 2 ranked side in the world, well on top here. Against the side ranked 17, the outsiders in the competition according to the world rankings at least. It's been a tasty old first 25 minutes. Argentina with that touch of class that you'd expect. China also in the group, their technical staff watching on. Trying to take 1 or 2 hints and tips away. Well, Argentina's quest for a first ever Paralympic gold medal in 5-a-side football has got off to an excellent start with 2 first half goals. Now can they build on that in the second period? Goal kick-off Delvo at the start of the second half. Brazil have won all 3 Paralympic 5-a-side competitions. Argentina has come as close as anybody to beating them. Lost the final in 2004 on penalty kicks, 3-2. But it's been bronze and 4th place since then for Argentina. World champions in 2002 and 2006. Gorta lost the sound of the ball there. Will be an Argentina goal kick. Penalty kicks have been a feature for Argentina. Their Paralympic Games have always ended in a penalty shootout. Lost that final in Athens, won the bronze medal match on penalties against Spain 4 years after that in Beijing, and then lost the penalty shootout to the same opponent, Spain, for the bronze medal in London. Doubtless there'll be shootouts along the way here too, but will Argentina be involved? Cardi's pass. Denise couldn't keep it in. Mexico too had their fun with penalties in the Pan American Games. The battle for 3rd place, the playoff in Toronto last year, was crucial because the winners were going to come to the Paralympics. 15 consecutive penalties were either saved or missed in that shootout between Mexico and Colombia. before Mexico finally scored, won it 2-1 and sealed their place here. Now De La Cruz is on the run. Cardi has got to the ball. He got to De La Cruz first. Goal kick is the call. Had 2 hands on the kickboard for a while. And Deldo just warned by the referee to take one of them off. Cardi for Argentina. In traditional Argentina colours, the sky blue and white. That's towards Velis. Rangel, very good read of the pass. A little bit unlucky there. Cardi just guided him away from the ball. Padilla with a good challenge. No way through for Lanzagorta. Velis was told he had time. And he goes, on he goes. Well in by Rangel. Lanzagorta escaping. Tough to circumnavigate the entire Argentina defence, that's for sure. Well organised. Deldo was tripped there by De La Cruz. He got a good view of that one. So too did the referee. Yellow card for the Mexican number 9, Rubicel De La Cruz. Stepped across and a hard foul. Release with Padilla again, kind of truck and trailer style, leading the way for him. There's a point at which the referees will stop that if he's just blocking all comers. He did get penalised for it in the first half on one occasion. Five minutes gone in the second half, 20 to go. Players picking up the sounds from the ball, which has metal plates with ball bearings inside it. Judging the whereabouts of the ball in relation to the kickboards. Different sounds that the ball makes in different parts of the field. Big collision between Mian and Velis, and Mian needs some assistance. He was player first, then boards for the Mexico skipper. And he was wholehearted in getting across there. But he was much closer to the edge of the field than he realised. Well, you have to take it step by step. There's a new team at the Games. Qualify first. Get the experience. Find out what the standard is. Try and build on it maybe for future games. Not that they can't and won't compete here. Looking at Iran and Turkey earlier on in the Games for the first time 4 years ago. And clearly have made significant improvements from 2012 to now. Certainly been a team that will have caught public attention in Mexico, a football crazy country. At least with the block there on De La Cruz. Free kick Mexico. A couple of meters inside the Argentinian half. Encina is beginning preparations, but he knows the shot's not going to come in for a little while. De La Cruz is the man. Couldn't get beyond Accardi. Lanza-Gorta. Feels like he's being shielded away from the ball by Accardi, which is probably true, but Accardi was always the closest to it.
For Argentina, out number 11, in number 15.
So Velis to be replaced by Espinillo. They seem to have these three forwards on a rotation, really. Espinillo, who started the game, getting a second chance now. He was replaced by Velo, who was replaced by Velis.
Substitution for Mexico, out number 4, in number 5.
Mian, who had that big knock a short time ago, replaced by Marco Ramirez Guerrero. Number 5, who started the game in very tigerish fashion, chasing down and fouling all and sundry. And a deep breath from Mian. It's been warm work, and he had a nasty tumble a couple of minutes ago. Argentina have used all their outfield players bar one. That's Lucas Rodriguez, the 34-year-old at his 4th games. Oh, there's the big man again. And Espinillo forcing a decent save, but straight away he's in the game. And that right boot possesses plenty of power. It's got the knack of getting it high up towards the roof of the goal as well. Espinillo. Argentina corner. Can he replicate what he did at the start of the game? Go around onto his left side. Swift swivel of the hips. He's finding space. No, the challenge was a legitimate one. It's not going out. What's the call here? Given it to Mexico.
Out number 3.
Here is Lucas Rodriguez going in for Argentina. Accardi being escorted to the side of the field. So that's all Argentina's outfield players, and 9 of their 10 involved. The throw almost went all the way through to Espinillo. He was leaning forward, concentrating hard on the location of the ball. It rolled all the way between his legs. He was a little bit unlucky. He pretty much had the location right. De La Cruz starting inside his own half. And running into Rodriguez, who's involved for the first time since coming on. De La Cruz away from Rodriguez, stretching the diamond first and then running through, and Padilla just lost it for a second, and De La Cruz can still grab it. It's still not clear, the goalkeeper still can't get it. Oh, a real muddle, and Padilla did well to sort it out in the end. Just sheer numbers did it more than anything for Argentina. Now Espinillo. Rangel at a weight disadvantage, can't knock him off the ball. He's got skill as well. He's just trying to wrestle him out the way, but De La Cruz is holding firm. Not sure for how long he can sustain that. It's right there. This is going to be a corner to Argentina. Espinillo kept at it there. He's been puffing. It was hard work. Physical battle against the kickboards. De La Cruz was right there. Goalkeeper just couldn't grab it. It was tantalizingly over the edge of the goalkeeper's area for such a long time. Lucas Rodriguez. Espinillo. Just sheer brute force. Lucas Rodriguez battling with Lanzagorta of Mexico. And it's Lanzagorta who comes away. Padilla on the cover, as he is so often. And it's Argentina ball. Lucas Rodriguez lost it and found it again. And the challenge was in the nick of time from Rangel. Last line of defence there. Really good cover from the Mexican defender. But a third corner of this second half for Argentina. We're at the midway point of the half. Oh, this is going to come to Espinillo. Well, Rangel got a really good read on it. And what's the referee given here? Now, having a little word between them to work it out. But it's gone Mexico's way.
Substitution for Mexico. Number 9 out, number 10 in.
It's De La Cruz again, getting a good hand. And Gustavo Arana will come back on. The foul that was given against Argentina, by the way, in that previous bit of action. It's their second team foul of the second half. Zagorta for Mexico. good run. But again, the bulky figure of Padilla made it difficult. And just a little more pace on the touch than he'd accounted for. Some of these players have limited vision, limited sight, others completely blind, and that's where the blindfolds come into play. Everybody has to wear one so nobody can see at all. And the playing field completely level in that manner. Goalkeepers are sighted, of course. And the run was by Angel Deldo. Good run it was too. Another corner coming here for Argentina then. Only their second shot of the second half. So it's been tighter from Mexico. But here's Espinillo. Looking for space to unleash that right foot shot. Blocked by the defenders. Well, that's going to go through to Espinillo as he's got it. Now can he finish? Well, he could turn, but he couldn't hit the target. Well, the long ball all the way down the centre from the goalkeeper. The ball's in the air, you can't hear it moving at all. But he realised it was coming, he made the adjustment. Maybe once he turned, he'd be a little disappointed not to force a save, at least from Mosderutia. There's no real sign of a Mexican comeback at this point, with 10 minutes to go. Lucas Rodriguez. He's not far from goal. Oh, it's a good save. It's a good effort across the goalkeeper from Rodriguez. Knew exactly where he was. And he hit the mark, really, that he was aiming for, I'm sure of that. Low in the far corner. Ramirez Guerrero. Frustrated with himself, he'd gone a long way. And the finish didn't match the quality of the run. Here's the save, good one from Mexican keeper. Padilla loses very few 50-50s for Argentina. He's a forceful player. Deldo. Espinillo is on the far side. Well, referees have let play continue. It looked like everybody was accepting that was a foul, but on we go. Ramirez Guerrero. Terrier-like in the midfield for Mexico. And for Lanzagorta to get after. Can he take it away from Padilla? And the answer is no. Padilla will get it back again here. One defender to beat. But so often Rangel, as the last man, has done so well for Mexico. He's had an excellent game, particularly in this second half. Shove there against Arana. Rather wrestled Deldo to the ground. So both sides have committed 2 team fouls now in this second half. Yes, the rotation is going to continue up front for Argentina. Espinillo making way for Velo. He's got 5 kids, you know, Silvio Velo, with twins on the way. And he still found time in the last year to write his autobiography. Must have some good help at home. Remarkable man in many more ways than one, Silvio Velo, that's for sure. Rangel challenged by Velo. He's quite slight of stature, Rangel. Very impressive as the sweeper for Mexico. Timed the challenge again pretty well there. He's given the foul away though. Just overdoing it in his eagerness to challenge Deldo for the ball. Just a grab too many at the back of the Argentina player, who turned him well in the end. Argentina have taken the timeout, so a minute's break with 6 minutes and 7 seconds left. It's been a little tighter from Mexico in this second half. We've given up fewer attempts on goal. But still, Mozartias had to make a couple of decent saves to keep the score at 2-0. The Brazilian crowd giving some encouragement to the underdogs. You play in Brazil against Argentina and you're going to get the support of the Brazilian fans. The crowd like the timeouts, gives them a chance to get involved and turn up the volume a bit. It's been a long day for some. But an enjoyable one. Action continues right around Rio in these 2016 games. Looks like a triple change coming here from Mexico, including the goalkeeper. They're going to bring on Christian Ortiz for Javier Amozurrutia in goal. Daniel Vieira is also going to get a run, the number 7. And Rubicel de la Cruz is coming back on.
6 minutes to go. Silence please, silencio por favor.
Nice for the younger of the two Mexican goalkeepers to get a chance. Last 6 minutes, 23-year-old Ortiz is on for a Paralympic debut. Time for the crowd to calm down again. So important for the players that there is quiet around and we can resume. Goals coming in the first half for Argentina from Espinillo and from Velo, two fine strikes from the two forwards. Should be a matter of comfortably holding on or adding a third for Argentina, given the balance of play. We'll see how things pan out. Mexico won't be too downhearted with their Paralympic debut. They knew it was going to be tough against the world-ranked 2 in the world, Argentina. trouble. Velo has found it for Argentina. Now Velo past one. Now away from a second. Rangel's going across. Velo's away from him too, but has to come back towards the centre, which he does, and they're slicing the shot at the last minute. Mexico trying to take a leaf out of Argentina's, but with a long ball down the centre, difficult one to locate. Rodriguez seeking out Velo. And Velo's onto it. Corner kick. Marveling at the skills of these players. Some of the footwork is so enjoyable to watch, and power and quality of the finishing in this match has been impressive too. German Mulek is going to make his Paralympic debut as well. Argentina too, changing their goalkeeper. Nice touch. They've involved all 10 players now. Underlining strength in depth. Velo all the way around the outside. Ooh. And he nearly beat the new Mexican goalkeeper there. He was aiming for the top corner. Narrowly too high from Silvio Velo. Looked like he'd done the hard bit, didn't it? A tackle by Padilla was so important there on Ramirez Guerrero. Just looked like he was about to turn and shoot. Padilla's been penalised for a shove. Team foul is the signal from the officials against Argentina in this second half. 2.5 minutes left then. Goal for Mexico now might make things very interesting for the last couple of minutes. Rubicel de la Cruz, Daniel Vieira, 19-year-old, student in San Luis Potosí. Now Rubicel de la Cruz, sharp turn, Padilla's challenge, and just held him back enough. The ball rolled into the area of German Mulek. Velo. Mexico are athletic and they're getting back swiftly. And again, Rangel is a brilliant tackler for Mexico, he really is. He's been a big part in them keeping the chances down in this second half. Deldo on the run. And he was tripped inadvertently. Mexico have recovered it. Ramirez Guerrero in possession. Retreating Rodriguez got a foot to the ball. Mexico corner. Minute and 8 seconds to play. Good hand for Daniel Vieira, and Omar Otero is the last of the 10 Mexican players to get a game. So both squads have used all 10 today. Everybody's had a taste of the Rio Games, and It's great for everybody concerned, but it's about the result first and foremost. It's not a friendly competition. So if the coaches couldn't trust the 10, they wouldn't be using them, that's for sure. De La Cruz on the run. Otero got a touch. Rodriguez for Argentina. Ramirez Guerrero for Mexico. Last 30 seconds. Can anybody fashion a chance at the end of this game? Points are going to Argentina. Silvio Velo, lovely drag back. But again, it's that man, Rangel. He's won so many tackles for Mexico. A sixth sense of where the attack is going to come. That's all though. It's Argentina's day. A fine victory that looked likely from the opening 2 minutes. A standing ovation for players on both sides. Terrific that the crowd have relished this contest. A fine contest it was too. Jesus de Anda Garcia's Mexico side have not disgraced themselves on debut. Goals from Espinillo and from Velo have done it for Argentina, and they go to the top of Pool B. Argentina 2, Mexico 0. Hugely enjoyable game, and a friendly game too. Handshake between Messrs. De Monte and Anda Garcia. Tough for the Mexicans to take. Perhaps they were hopeful of more, I'm certain they were. But well, they haven't disgraced themselves. There's nothing to be that sad about. They'll have further chances against Spain and China, but it goes to prove the Mexican expectations were high coming in here. Argentina ranked 2 in the world. 2-0 defeat to me seems respectable, but they're after more. No doubting Argentina were the better team and deserved the 3 points. And they had finishers in Espinillo and Velo. Plenty to take into the next games for Mexico though. And they were determined and they defended excellently in the second half. Goals came in the first 15 minutes. Espinillo's right at the start was from the very top draw. And Velo has proved difficult to stop for many teams over the course of his long and illustrious international career. Argentina favourites to win Pool B and off to an excellent start. There's the confirmation.